So guys, I am back with yet another Borderlands 4 video, and today guys I bring you a working glitch to make any Vladof weapon stupid overpowered to a point where you're going to wipe out bosses in an instant without a problem at all. Now this is actually a glitch that worked previously, but with the latest Halloween patch update, within the patch notes they mentioned something about the flamethrower underbarrel attachment for the Vladof weapons and infinite damage and so forth. And also me testing these after the patch had arrived, I'm pretty certain I must have not done it right, because I can confirm that they still indeed work. What you're seeing on screen now guys is exactly what you'll be able to achieve on any Vladof weapon to a point of you being able to stack projectiles that it fires out indefinitely to a point, as I said, it gets absolutely broken, and today I will explain all. How's it going guys? My name's DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. So I have like a weekly series of glitches and exploits that still work after the latest patch, and when we got the Halloween patch update where we saw plenty of changes across the board, they mentioned this, as you're seeing on screen. Now Vladof flamethrower underbarrel no longer deals infinite damage or bypasses bio armor. When I saw this I thought, yeah, they've nerfed it. They've nerfed all the Vladof weapons. They've nerfed the Songbird, the Anarchy, the Golden God, and all the Vladof weapons you could stack that damage with. I'm pretty certain I come out and tested Vladof weapons. I'm certain I had the Birt's bees. In fact, I know I did test the Birt's bees, because what's changed with the Birt's bees is it will no longer one-tap bosses when you have the Torg stickies as well as the flamethrower attachment, where you could actually just swap modes after applying those stickies, where you do infinite damage and bypass those armors. Now what you need to do guys to stack those Torg stickers is you need to have the Vladof bullet holes enhancement on. If you don't have this on, you can't now stack the Birt Speed's projectiles, which is what I tried. Obviously I didn't have the enhancement on, which is why I thought it did not work anymore, but I can confirm it still does work, and today I'll explain everything you need to know. So how to do this guys, it's quite simple. What you need guys is an SMG, any Vladof SMG which has the alt fire mode, a flamethrower on it. Once you have this, then what you need is an enhancement with the bullet holes perk on it. So this needs to be a Vladof. It doesn't have to be a legendary, it can be a epic purple. As long as it has that bullet holes on it, on that Vladof enhancement, you're good to go. So equip this, equip the Vladof flamethrower alt fire mode SMG, and then guys you can stack projectiles in any other Vladof weapon in the game. This can be the Wombo Combo, this can be the Lucian's flank, it can be the Egan's Dream, it could be the Birt's Bees, the Stopgap, the Midnight Defiance. Any Vladof weapon you can stack these with to a point of it being so overpowered and so broken, you'll terrorize every boss in the entire game if you're still having problems in that department. Now when it comes to my weekly series, what I will confirm is I said in the latest video that this does not work, which means the weekly the farming exploits you could indeed do, unless you had an overpowered build, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of them. I can confirm now, if you use this, any of those farms where you're just basically cheesing bosses into getting them to spawn more or less every few seconds with a co-op player in your team resetting Mox's machine, or you sit there killing the boss, using this method now in today's video of making any Vladof weapon super overpowered will now work with those farms, which means guys you can now indeed farm any boss that I've covered in my previous video, which will link in the video description, and farm them super quickly in a pair of at least 2. So yeah. So how this works guys is, again, make sure you have a Vladof SMG equipped, make sure you have the enhancement equipped with that bullet holes on it, and then guys what you do is, so as you can see right here guys, my Wombo Combo, I've already stacked this so you can see that's just shooting out crazy amounts of the rockets from underbarrel, but I'm just going to actually take that off and put it back on. So if I take that off, I'm going to put it back on. Now guys, you'll see that if I shoot this, it's way different. So what you do guys is switch to the SMG, which has the flamethrower alt fire mode on it. Make sure it's in that flamethrower mode. Then guys, just hold down your fire button, don't let go of this, make sure it fires, switch to your other weapon, make sure it fires and switch back. Make sure they're both firing when you're switching to them, and every time you switch weapons guys, it's stacking those projectiles. Whatever Vladof weapon this is, it will stack those projectiles. It also works with the alt firing mode too. So if you use like the Lucian's flank and you use the underbarrel where you have 2 barrels, this will stack bullets in the under barrel mode too. So it just comes to a point, guys, where it gets absolutely broken. Now what, we've been doing this for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So imagine you do this, guys, for a few minutes. Imagine you do this for 10 minutes. It's gonna just cause chaos in your game. I mean, look at that. That is me doing it for 30 seconds. Do that for another 30 seconds or another 60 seconds. It's going to do wild things. Now, if we switch to, let's say, the Birt speed. So if you've got a Birt speed with flamethrower on it, no matter what the other thing is, whether it's torque stickers or not, you don't need a separate weapon. You can stack projectiles on itself. So, as you can see right here, guys, this has a flamethrower on it, and it also has the main fire mode and torque sticky. So if I shoot the torque sticky, switch to the flamethrower, fire that, switch back to the torque sticky, fire that, switch back, and you'll see, guys, it's stacking those projectiles, and it's seemingly now stacks it quicker. It's seemingly it stacks it way quicker than it did before. The thing is, like this though, guys, you never used to need the enhancement when you're stacking projectiles. I think on the same weapon, well, at least on the Birt speeds, I don't think you needed the enhancement. I can't really confirm that, actually, you know. I can't really confirm. I can't remember. It's one of the oldest glitches in Borderlands 4, so yeah, I can't really remember. But look at that. What's that, 30 seconds? Look how much it's firing out. That is absolutely... And these are all torque stickers, people. So what this will do to a boss is broken. Look how laggy it's making my game. Man, they're still going. They're still going. Jeez. Also, even if you have a blue SMG with flamethrower on it, you can stack its main projectile. You don't need any other weapon. You do need the enhancement. But what you do, guys, is, so if I shoot this, oh shit, wrong thing. So if I switch to its main fire mode, I've actually already stacked this a bit, so I'm just gonna unequip that. I'll unequip that too, so I don't need that on. I'll just put that back on, and you'll see that now it's just shooting like a couple of shots. But if you switch to the flamethrower mode, hold down that trigger, fire it, switch to the main fire mode, fire that, switch back, fire that, switch back, fire that. What this will do, guys, is again, it will stack those main projectiles. So this is a glitch that still works. It's still utterly broken, and the things you can do with this is absolutely devastating. And another great thing about this is, guys, you can die, you can fast travel. As long as you don't quit out the game or unequip the weapon, you'll keep these stacks indefinitely. So if you want to go around the map farming bosses, people, you can indeed do this. And again, this will work on any Vladof weapon, stopgap, the Midnight Defiance, the Birt speeds, the Wombo Combo, the Lucians flank. Any of these, it will stack those projectiles, and again, it will also work in the alt fire mode too. The only thing it don't work in is if you've got two SMGs with the alt fire modes of flamethrower trying to stack it that way. It doesn't seem to work for some reason, but hey, check that out, guys. This is what I'm saying. Utterly broke. So I can confirm, guys, this does indeed still work. So yeah, again, in the video description, I will link my previous video where I cover the latest glitches and exploits that still work in the game. In that video, there's about 15 farms you can do in a co-op team, where one will reset the boss, the other one will take him out straight away. It's by far the quickest way of indeed farming legendaries in the game, and now you're able to do this, guys. It means you're just going to take out the bosses even easier and not have to rely on an overpowered build. But there we have it, guys. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully, guys, I will see you on that next one.